It's your girl, Sofia, back on Sofia's Football Talk. Hope that each and every one of you guys are doing well on this Friday late night stream. We did a very late one as I was busy during the day, but we here to preview Man United versus Tottenham. As we're going to be facing them at Old Trafford this upcoming Sunday. It'll be interesting for sure. It's a game that I think we could win. We'll talk more about my actual score prediction, of course, as well. My lineup as well. We do have, some news that we need to address that I haven't been able to do prior. But before we fully dive into that, make sure that you, of course, do what? Give this video here a big thumbs up because the more likes we get, the more we're able to push the video out there. YouTube has been doing your girl dirty for the past few months now with not really pushing the video out there, recommending that the algorithm is not rhythming, even if that's even a word. So seriously, people, help me out by just liking. It's free and it will go a long way to helping this channel to grow and to reach new audiences around the world. We're also live on Facebook, so hello Facebook people. Same on Twitch. Subscribe people to the channel, still on the road to 3K subscribers, so let's make that happen. Feel free to also join the SFT membership, just another way to help the channel to grow and to support. Big up to Ming, who is one of the channel members. Big up to Bobby. Big up to Ravi. Yes. Like, and do indeed subscribe. So, we here to preview just a quick little solo stream. Wasn't really able to get guests on for this one. Maybe for the match reaction we might see. But either way, before we fully talk about this game, though, I did wanted to address, of course, Jadon Sancho loan to Dortmund. That is sealed, done with. He's now there training with a smile on his face. It was kind of nice to see that. For me, I'm not like, I think I've just there's definitely a lot to it, that whole incident with Jadon Sancho, if we're going to be honest. There might still be a time where he comes back. Technically, he still will be coming back, whether he'll play or whether we just sell him either to a Dortmund or somebody else. We'll have to wait and see, but technically still, I did check, like his contract runs out in 2027. So either we can get some type of money back or he still gets another opportunity to play. Hey, we'll find out end of this season. But I do hope that he does well because, hey, I don't wish him to not do well, because him doing well, if we do decide to keep him, hopefully it can be maybe a catalyst for him to get another chance at Manchester United and to prove the doubters wrong, maybe, or we cash it. Either way, I do think it's kind of a win-win for both parties. It's been a very toxic environment with the whole thing with Ten Hag, and it's not been good. I believe Ten Hag will leave at some point very soon. I will be shocked if he stays. If we still see him next season, that will shock me for sure. There's some quotes that I wanted to address, especially from Ralph Ragnick here on specifically Jadon Sancho, that I wanted to read. So, in the 6 months I had him, there wasn't a single discipline problem. On the contrary, he's calm and pleasant guy. I do feel like often most people don't really talk about him being the loudest person in the room. It's a bit more like, okay, I'm a bit more in the background. Okay, maybe you see him, okay, the music, the parties and all that. But I think when, in the footballing scene, it doesn't seem like he's maybe, woo, you know what I'm saying? There's some people that have really strong personalities. I don't necessarily think that's him. Yes, there's been for sure a sheer, talks about his behavior. He might have a bad attitude, maybe, potentially. But I do feel like it's been gotten a bit out of hand, in my personal opinion, if I'm going to be very honest. I do think it's been too much of a character assassination. Yes, hey, For sure, there can be some type of, issues maybe with training. There can be also some issues with time management. I ain't gonna lie, I deal with it. I'm still working on it with my ADHD. I do keep myself accountable, though. It's not okay, but there's definitely, I know how that is, and I'm not trying to excuse people being late and whatnot. Like, hey, you got to fix up. If you know you have an issue, you got to fix up. Then you gotta, wait. You gotta figure out ways to make that work. You know what I'm saying? Big up to Ozone. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Big up to you. No long time no see. Hope you're doing well. So he also was saying here, Ragnar says, when he was fit, he was a starter and did well under me. He didn't get a chance to play in Manchester. He now has to get back into rhythm in Borussia Dortmund and really get back into form. From his point of view, the move makes perfect sense. I hear it. He also says he had his best time in Borussia Dortmund. I agree. And when he was healthy, he always played for me too. However, he wasn't as carefree as he was in Dortmund, but that was also due to the overall situation. I hear it. So that's kind of like some quotes here. So basically, Ralf Rangnick is backing him. There was a picture. I mean, Jadon Sancho now is back on social media. He's back on Instagram. He posted a picture of him back on the, what should I say, back on the pitch. And, there's been a couple of fellow players. There's been Elanga, commenting, backing him. There's also been Rashford, you see, and other players as well. Even Ben McCarthy, our striker coach, did give a comment underneath the video in solidarity or a little bit of a backing. So, hey, there's definitely could be a lot of people that, they still stand. I am not to the extreme where I'm saying, oh, Man United is every problem, I'm not going to go on loan for Dortmund. No. I'll definitely check out Dortmund games. You know what? Dortmund is playing tomorrow. If he starts, I don't know. Or if he comes off on the bench, or from the bench, I should say, I'll definitely keep a close eye because, he's on loan. Want to see how he does. But I think there needs to be a balance. I do think there's several sides to each story. And this story seems a bit very nuanced. I think the longer we've gotten, where there's been several months, he hasn't played since, I believe, August or September. It's been a long time since he played his last game, right? And I think this has to be way more than just apologizing, in my opinion, at this point. When you refuse to do that, then I'm like, could it be more to the scene? Could it be more? Because the way Ten Hag be moving also with other players, you be thinking it could be more to the story. And I'm not going to sit here and at the time I was saying, I think Ten Hag definitely could have maybe, yes, he answered a question about Jadon Sancho, but to be honest, he could have maybe rephrased himself differently. And he has in other aspects now where, he just be saying somebody's ill or they're injured, but could have done it now. So maybe he'll learn, but it's just, maybe with the press conference, brother, you need a publicist. You need somebody to help you out because, and of course, the infamous Twitter, statement, the pinned comment that was there for a long time. Yeah, I don't mean, might even still be. I don't. Maybe he technically took it down. Did he not? But he never really. He never apologized. But I do feel like the way he's been completely iced out with not being able to eat with the fellow players, not being able to be in the training facilities. I just felt like, was this that deep? Could you not be grown men and just work it out? Really? Could you not see? And that goes to both. I'm not just going to put that on Sancho. I'm putting it on Eric Ten Hag as well. Both of y'all are grown-ass men. Work it out. Okay? I work with kids. Stick together. This is what I did, which was my fault. And this is what you did, which was your fault. I apologize. This is how I felt. This is how you feel. And I can see it from both sides. Kumbaya, we're ready to go. It really isn't that difficult. But obviously, it has to then be much bigger than that, probably. But either way, I'm not going to dwell on this for too long because seriously, we know he's going to be there until June. He either comes back to play for Manchester United wearing that shirt again. We might see that, or we don't. But I wish him the best. I hope he does well. I hope he kills it. And we'll have to wait and see. But it'll be interesting. Also says, People are saying Stafford looks like Jadon Sancho in his comments. Yeah, I was like, what? And I think they also were saying other people as well. I was like, okay, y'all are doing too much. Big up now. Hope you're doing well. Big up, big up. Yes. Like. And do indeed subscribe. Do indeed subscribe. Ooh, Harry Kane keeps making history. Damn. Harry Kane scores another goal. Big up to him. Big up to him. Come on, man. So, let's talk about Manchester United team. The team news for both teams in regards to the Sunday game. So once again, I said it's going to be at Old Trafford. We lost, if I remember correctly, we lost 2-0 that time. It was, what was it? The third game of the season, I believe it was. So back in August, it's been, 5 months since we played them at their ground and we lost, but sorry, apologies. The thing is, though, we did have a lot of chances, to be honest, in that game. And we just weren't able to sat them down. Technically, probably should have also gotten, should have been given a handball due to, Christian Romero, should have got the penalty due to that, but we weren't. It is what it is. We lost. They deserved to win, but there were opportunities. And with that high line, I'm loving big Ange instead. I ain't gonna lie, that song slaps. But with that high line, I do think that is something that we can exploit. We did see it with Aston Villa. Yes, we were 2-0 up early on. We came back. Boop, Chelsea slapped them up. Was it 3-0? That was a great game, That was such a good game. There's opportunities. There are opportunities. So I'm thinking if there's a game that might play into the way we want to, it might be this one on Sunday. And I know I've been seeing a lot of other streams where people are saying, Spurs could slap us up, Spurs could win, yada, yada, yada. But you never know. Big up to Louis Jackson, one of our members. Hope you're doing well, brother. If any of y'all want to become a member yourself, link is in the description box, but also pinned in the chat. Member content will be coming soon, by the way, people. Do not worry. But when it comes to, I do think it's a possibility that we can get something out of this game. I want to win. I'll talk more about exactly what I predict, but I do think we're going to be able to do something. So, everything I quote here, Lisandro Martinez is training. Is training as well. Luke Shaw is training. There are players returning, and they are coming in for selection for Sunday. Case down Eriksen will return. Anthony will return. Amad Diallo will return. We have more choices. So technically, he right now is confirming that we might be seeing Licha in action. We might be seeing Casemiro. I just want to see one time, please, one time, a midfield of Casemiro, and Bruno Fernandes. I just want to see it just one time. Just give me one time. One time for the one time. Just one time. Please. I want to see it. I hope we can see it on Sunday. That would be great. The thing is, though, I won't be shocked if you see maybe Casemiro coming up from the bench starting. You never know. But coming out from the bench, at least being in the squad, which is definitely likely for sure. So I hope we will see them. I mean, Martial is still not fit. Technically, he was saying Martial was ill for a long time, and now suddenly looking to be injured. So I'm like, what is it? We know that Martial, been linked with the move to Fenerbahce, which recently I heard he declined that he, wanted to fight for his place. The thing is, though, once you become a free agent, you're kind of all within your right, and you have more options. There's a lot of players that be just running down their contract, and then you have so many more options because you get like that actual signing on fee for yourself, like a big more maybe I don't necessarily will say a bonus, but it's more of that. It won't be like a transfer fee. It'll be more a signing on fee that you get. Obviously, you will not, let's be honest, he's not going to get that money that he's on. I don't know exactly how much he's on a weekly wages. He ain't going to be seeing any of that. Again, let's not get it twisted, but there's at least options for him to go to other clubs. Whether there will be many clubs in for him, I don't know. He hasn't really played that much this season. And, sadly, from the player that we thought he was going to be, from when he first came here, back in what, 2015, I believe now, or late 2015, or might have been early 2016 actually. It's been a while now. Either way, it's been very underwhelming. Martial's stint here, sadly, it's been there too long. We probably, to be honest, Mourinho wanted to sell him years back. It might have been 2017, probably. He wanted to sell him, but the Ed Woodward and the men said, "Nah, he'll stay. Sign new contract, yada yada yada." Here we are. So I will not be shocked if he still stays and he just runs out his contract, then he leaves on a free. I personally would like to cash in now, just have him gone, so that we can maybe try to get some type of striker. But then again, the striker market is so limited. Unless I don't want to get anybody just to get somebody, unless that's a Benzema. If there's a Benzema on a 6-month loan, I can completely co-sign that. I'm not really going to be co-signing. Timo Werner obviously now left to join Spurs on a 6-month-ish loan. He might be in action alongside Richarlison this upcoming Sunday. It'll be interesting. I'll definitely, of course, do a live match reaction straight after the game, as y'all always know. But, I mean, would it be nice to have somebody, Choupo-Moting? No, thank you. Marlon? No, thank you. Morris Winger? No, thank you. There's not really many out there. It's just the striker market, at least as a proper number 9, it just doesn't hit the way that it used to back in the day, Remember RVP? Come on. Drogba? Zlatan Ibrahimovic? I mean, Torres? You mad? Plethora. Oh, Jermaine Defoe. Yo. There's years ago where we used to have for Man United, where we had like at least 3-4 strikers. We had imagine how, you had Cole, York, Solskjaer. What? I am mad. We've wonderful, man. Wonderful. And look at us now. Look at us now. It's sadness. It is sadness. Also says, I think y'all will get a result simply because Spurs are missing too many key players and it's at Old Trafford. Yeah, I mean, technically, there's not really that much Old Trafford tax, but I mean, there's still been some wins here and there at Old Trafford. But that is a good point, though. They are missing a lot of players. We're definitely also missing some players, but they're missing some really big key players. I mean, when we move on to their team news, of course, Son is not there. He's now Asia Cup, which kickstarted earlier today. I believe it might have been with, I think it was Qatar versus, I can't remember who they played against, but either way, he's now, playing for South Korea. They'll probably be out. I mean, I will not be shocked if they reach the final, I should say. Timo Werner, obviously, it's an addition, but to be honest, I don't expect much from Timo Werner at all, to be honest. But you never know. With Ange, I'm loving big engines. You never know. Qatar beat Lebanon. Okay. Thank you, Ozan. They're also missing, of course, in terms of Africa Cup of Nation. They're missing Senegal's Papa Saad, who was actually a scorer in the reverse fixture in August. He did score. Might have scored the opening goal, I think he did, the first goal against us. And also, of course, Mali midfielder, Ibasuma. Technically, even though Ibasuma is, his Mali is in, playing at AFCON, he wouldn't even be available due to the fact that he's, he got himself sent off, I think, in the game right. I can't remember which game it was, but it was a game a few weeks ago. So he was going to be missing this game either way, to be honest. James Maddison is edging closer to a comeback, but obviously a bit too early now. Christian Romero, Ben Davis, Ivan Perisic, Belize, and Solomon are set to miss out. Dyer obviously now is just, the fact that, you know what? You have to say that Harry Kane might be the greatest wingman of all time. Because how the hell does Eric Dyer get a big move to Bayern Munich from Spurs when Spurs doesn't even want you? Eric Dyer, no disrespect, but disrespect. It doesn't make sense to me whatsoever. But hey, he got his move. I mean, Bayern, I believe, are playing right now. They might be dumb, but he was actually sitting there in the stands and watching the game, which I saw, so that'll be, hey. So he's not obviously available. He gone. Lo Celso technically he's a doubt. So we'll have to wait and see. Mickey van de Ven, Ryan Sessegnon, and Rodrigo Bentancur. They were all in the squad for the FA Cup win over Burnley last week. So they'll be available now. Mickey van de Ven didn't come off from the bench, but he was available. So technically, Dragusin, I believe, will probably be available. He'll play. It'll be interesting. I saw one game of Dragusin for Genoa against the Inter when we drew that game, if I remember correctly. So he played actually very well. So, hey, we'll have to wait and see. Big up to Ronnie G. Says, good evening, Sofia. Long time. Yeah, Ronnie. How you been, mate? Long time no see. Hope you're doing well. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to everybody here. Let's dive into my predicted lineup, shall we? Here it is. So, this is kind of, to be honest though, probably won't. I mean, what Ten Hag did say is there'll be more choices. So, this is just what I'm assuming. So, Onana in goal. Onana should not be starting. He shouldn't. But he will. This guy, hella disrespectful against Cameroon. Hella disrespectful against the AFCON as well, with how he's been moving, how he's been so indecisive. It is mad disrespectful in my humble opinion. And I think a lot of people might agree with that as well. It ain't right. It ain't cool. So, but he will be starting. Let's be honest. Wan-Bissaka as that right back. I mean, if Luke Shark's available, I think he gets straight back in the team. Evans, Varane. I would have loved to say Lisandro Martinez, but I'm thinking the way he's been, obviously he's been dealing with an injury since last season. And then the beginning of the season, you could see early on he wasn't right. Something was off. And, he underwent a surgery. So I'm thinking we'll probably ease him in. So it's have Evans and Varane. I want to see Maino and Casemiro as well as Bruno in that. I want to see it. Please, Ten Hag. You're going to be going sooner or later. But, brother, I want to see it. Rashford, I think probably, I ain't going to lie. Yes, he got an assist against Wigan, but he was trash in that game. Let's not, come on. He still probably will be starting. I'm not going to be shocked. But then again, you never know after he, kind of kicking with Sancho. The natural on that right. Anthony is available, but then again, with some of the quotes that he mentioned about Anthony as well, we're not going to get fully into that, but it was some of the madness with the press conference, so I'm not even going to be shocked. But I'm going to say Garnacho on the right. I felt like some people saying like Garnacho wasn't really that good. He didn't, obviously get an assist and whatnot, but he put a lot of stuff on that plate for Hojlund. Hojlund just wasn't able to finish his dinner. So for me, I'm thinking potentially, I hope that he can start again on the right because I felt like he played well. Hojlund up top. Hojlund, please. You didn't score against Wigan. Obviously, the game prior to that, what was it? Villa game where you got your first Premier League goal. Can you please get a goal on Sunday? Please, Hojlund, please. I beg you. I'm trying to help you out, kids. I know you're young, but brother, if you're old enough, you're good enough. Or if you're good enough, you're old enough. That's probably the saying. Big up to NS Sports TV. Hope you're doing well, Nippon. Hope you're doing well. Big up to you. Yeah, so that's my prediction. If you guys have other, thoughts on how Ten Hag will set up his team, then let me know in the comment section. If you're watching this on replay, feel free to also comment your thoughts afterwards. I do love reading your comments. But yeah. So in terms of my score prediction, to be honest, I think we're gonna win. I generally, I've been definitely, been so very honest with other games we played where I think we will lose or drop points. I generally don't, however, in this particular game, as Spurs, of course, like it was mentioned from some of you guys, they're dealing with injuries, a lot of injuries with key players being out in general. Of course, we also got the same issue, but they're dealing with that in an even higher scale compared to us. With the high line, I think it's going to be completely played into our hands. I generally believe I'm going to say a 2-1 win for Manchester United. I'm thinking we're going to win that game. We're at this point, as things stands, we're 8 points behind Spurs. With the win, we can be 5 points behind. So we got to win the game. We have to win. I know we're playing shit. Do not get it twisted. I know we ain't looking good. We haven't really looked good that much this season at all. In the Prem, hey, Chelsea game, great. Villa, we got a comeback. It was maybe the first like 20, 30 minutes that was shit, but other than that, all of the other minutes, good. Carabao Cup against Crystal Palace, great. Other than that, there's not really many games to rave about for Man United this season whatsoever. This definitely it's worse than last season when Rangnick even came in the 6 months. It's worse. I didn't think it was gonna get this worse. I was saying for a long time, no, it's not. It is. It is. You have to be honest and say for what it is. It's not been good. It can be better, maybe, but Ten Hag is not the guy. I believe we have to get somebody else in. Whether it be now, we have to get somebody at some point, because with some of the decisions that Ten Hag is making, I just am not. I don't believe no more. I've lost hope. I feel deceived, and I feel betrayed. I really wanted him to work. I really believed that he was going to be a guy to get us back, but he wasn't. And it's okay to be wrong. I have no issue with being wrong. I have no issue with saying I was wrong. No issue. Not at all. Okay? Not at all. But he got to go. He got to go. Who's going to be coming? I don't know. It could be Hansi Flick. Not super sold on that, but you never know. You never know. Could. But you have to, of course, be getting the structure in place. Whether that will happen, I don't know, because it's the mad stuff happening here lately. And the sports says this could be a banana skin for you guys. I'm not going to, 100%. I think it could be, it'll be a banana skin for both teams, to be honest, because this is the game. Spurs, for me, I almost think Spurs are more favorites. But then again, it could still also be that we might be edging it a little bit more, since, once again, due to the injuries and the fact that we're home, that gives them a little bit more of an advantage. But I want to win. I don't want to draw. I want to win this game. That's what I want. That's literally what I want. So we have to wait and see. But I think we're just going to end it at that. I just wanted this to be like a very quick match preview. If you're watching this on the replay, once again, get your score prediction. Yeah, before we end, to those of you who are watching so far, let me get your score prediction before we wrap up. So let me know, do you think it'll be a Manchester United win? Or do you think Spurs will win? Or do you think it's going to be a draw? And if so, what will be the score? For me, just to summarize again, I believe it's going to be a 2-1 win to Man United. I'm not fully confident, but I feel more optimistic towards this game than I've done with a lot of the other games in the Prem, especially. With Wigan, I definitely did believe that we were going to win. I actually didn't think we were going to get a clean sheet, but we did. But for this game, though, they'll score. Somebody will score. It might be Kulusevski. It might be Richarlison. Just do not have it be Timo Werner. I cannot see that. No, thank you. No. But yeah, feel free to get your score prediction down below. I'll be back actually tomorrow, late the same time, as we're going to be doing a live match reaction for Ivory Coast versus Guinea-Bissau, as they are having the opening game kicking off AFCON, African Cup of Nations, tomorrow. The one that obviously was postponed due to the climate this past summer. But I'm going to be very gassed. Make sure that you do check out the recent video that I posted yesterday where I'm rating every AFCON home kit. Part 2 will be coming soon with every away kit. So make sure that you are subscribed so that you don't miss out on when we're live. And get the likes of people. It really does help because YouTube is not being very nice with the algorithm at all. It's doing your girl dirty. But yeah, I'm going to end it. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. And of course, the live match reaction for this game will be on Sunday. Make sure that you're there, subscribe, like, join the SFT membership, and we are out. Peace out.